Right on. Any interesting stories or situations that these adult stars have told you about that you haven't talked about in the podcast? You can tell
that I have not talked about on the podcast.
Yes.
This is
that you can tell.
All right, I'm not going to name any names, but like what kind of was the eye opener for me is just like the bag these chicks are getting. Man, these girls are making some serious money. That's why I really am fascinated by these women, man, because they're hustlers. Like this chick was telling me how much this man from Indonesia, who's like her sugar daddy, is paying per hour and paying on credit.
That's
wow.
Shit, man. It looks like I'm in the wrong business. But then again, no, actually I take that back because I know that male stars don't really make a lot.
You're not thick enough.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
No, but what my goal is, and then just about interactions, I'm a people person, man. I like to make friends. I like, relationships. So I've hung out with, other porn stars and stuff and, gone out for drinks, club, whatever.
Right on.
So yeah, man, at the end of the day, what I don't want dudes to do is like freak out like, oh, porn stars, oh my God, boobs, oh my God. Right. Like, bro, like then exactly. I can't bring you around no bitches, nigga. Come on, calm your ass down, homie. I mean, like, this is LA, bro. There's bad bitches everywhere, bro. That's why I don't need no dating app, bro. I can literally just live my life and fucking beautiful women will show up.
There you go.
This episode of the Chino and Homeboy podcast is brought to you by the Freeze Pipe. Freeze Pipe makes a unique line of freezable pipes, bubblers, bongs, and more. Freeze Pipe's ability to cool smoke by over 300 degrees means you're going to enjoy thick, milky clouds without feeling a thing. No more throat burn. No more intense coughing attacks. No more chugging water after every rip. So head on over to thefreezepipe.com and use promo code Chino for 10% off your next order. Shop today. Your throat and lungs will thank you.
You know what I mean?
Well, so it's just the fact that your mother was just laying there rolling her eyes while your dad got off.
I mean, that's probably what happened. Right. What in the Pornhub just happened to this podcast?
What in the Pornhub? The thickness protection programs. Yeah, that's my.
That's what I want to talk about right there.
Yes.
So, you guys want to fire off questions before I do?
No, go ahead.
Or,
the dog
or do
is
I
yours.
have this dog? All right.
You have this dog.
All right. So tell us more about this podcast, what it's about.
Cool.
What is the thickness protection program?
Okay, so thickness protection program is the podcast celebrating body positivity and where adult stars can come open up about whatever the fuck. A little sprint-off project I started this year where over the course of dating back to 2017, actually, I had just interviewed a handful of porn stars. First was Christy Live. Shout out to her. I don't know if she's active in the industry anymore, but at the time, my previous podcast, which I still do, Palmcast, where I was interviewing artists and musicians. Christy was following me on Twitter, and on top of porn, she also rapped, had a song with a guy I knew, and she had a clothing line. So I was like, boom, we already in the same world. She was out there in Vegas where you live, Chino. So yeah.
Right on.
So that was 2017. And then a couple of years later, it was always hip hop that led me to the porn stars. So, I mean, there was like Julie Ginger, she posted a gif of a rapper named POS stuck between her butt cheeks. And this chick has a huge ass. This redheaded white girl got a huge ass. So yeah, I fuck with POS. Yeah, I like POS. So I was like, why you got to do my man like that? And then she followed me. And I was like, oh, time to do that interview.
Oh shit, son. Okay.
Yeah. Either other girls I've had on there have, been seen in like music videos or whatever, hanging out with rappers I've interviewed. So, and even the first one I did this year in late March was with two girls. One, shout out to Monique Leslie and Chanel Barbie. Back in December, I was at this festival called Once Upon a Time in LA. And if you guys remember, the tragic thing that happened that night was the rapper Draco the Ruler was stabbed in the neck, fatally stabbed. But when I first arrived at the festival, I'm walking through the crowd trying to get with my friends to go watch Too Short. and I see this chick walking thick as hell. Chola mami just thick as fuck. I'm like, there go one of them plumper pass girls. I'm like, sometime later, emailed her, asked her if she wanted to be on the show. She brought Chanel with her, and that was that. But for real, I had that. So that's been going on this year. I'm up to like 7 episodes just on YouTube right now. I haven't put forth the time to get them all platforms. I know that's super simple, but sometimes I'm a caveman. But I'll get around to it. I swear to God. But yeah, so that's been going on this year. I love
the title.
Thank
I love
you.
the title of the podcast. I mean, it's clever.
Thank you, brother.
You know?
That's what I was about to say. I had that idea like a couple of years ago, like 2019. I think I was just gonna make a hoodie with that little logo on it, because like people would be like, "Hey, do you like thick girls? You like big girls, don't you?" I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm in the thickness protection program." And that's how I was born.
Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah. Bro.
So you said 7 episodes.
Yeah.
And
7 episodes.
And you said it's on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm on YouTube right now, and then hopefully very, very soon I'll be on all platforms.
Right on. I mean, I've always maintained that, you know, it takes all sorts, you know what I mean? And so I love the idea, you know, I love the use of the platform, you know what I mean?
Thank you.
It's incredible to me, you know. So you guys got any questions? I'm a little high right now, by the way.
When
am I not?
Choke up.
Well, how do you source your guests?
Okay, cool. Well, I'm a fan of all these chicks.
Hell yeah.
So I just, find them on, I'm a big fan of this site called Plumper Pass, where it's, the #1 BBW website. So I just basically, it just kind of started with just a few random porn stars here and there from Plumper Pass following me on Twitter. I don't know why. I don't know if they're a fan of my music blogger work or whatever else, but started with there. And then the beautiful thing in this is that this community of adult stars have been very, very embracive. And that's what everybody says about the industry. Everyone's so nice. So I've been, welcomed with open arms by a lot of these people. Just they're very respectful. They're down to earth. And after many years of dealing with hip hop artists, that not that the rappers are bad or anything, but I've been dealt with some dickheads in the rap game for sure. And
Right.
Some kind of I know some of you guys are comedians as well, and from one to another, comedians are a little different. We're all a little weird, so
Right.
It is what it is.
To say the least, in a
Right.
manner of speaking.
in the most respectful, loving way.
Right, like with all the respect.
I put Thickness Protection Program podcast on YouTube and I cannot find it.
Oh dear. All right, that's a red flag.
Are you spelling thick right?
Yeah, is it 2 C's?
Oh. See, I'm 90 years old here.
Hold up. Let me put this down.
Thank you, Hate Jones. You covered my ass.
Right. I was gonna say, I love that Hate Jones knew what to do right away.
I don't even know who made the 2 C's thing. Maybe it was a Crip that like fat asses, but who knows?
Hey,
right.
I mean, at this point, who cares, right?
Yeah,
it's in the zeitgeist now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And believe me, I not to neglect who I call the palm tree, the community of artists and musicians alike who have supported me all these years. I definitely want to get back into doing video interviews with artists. It's just there for a number of reasons. There just hasn't been one recently, and just kind of in my bag with this, these porn star interviews for Thickness Protection Program. But it's all a balance.
Have you interacted with these adult stars outside of the podcast? Whether it's just a conversation or you know what I mean?
Oh, it's funny as hell you say that. All right, so after the interview with Chanel and Monique, that was the first and only porn star interview I did face to face yet so far. But afterwards, I took we did a little photo shoot outside on my phone, and then what are y'all girls gonna do after this? And I don't know, what do you want to do? We're shit, let's get some lunch. So we went to Spitz in Los Feliz. Yeah. I just shot a little more vlogging with them. So Yeah, I've interacted a bit. There's actually there's a funny story. It was 2018, yeah, something like that. I was working for a Christian radio station, and we did we did an event at the Grove where we had a tent, and I see this woman walk up to the tent, right? And she starts talking to me, and I was like, "Oh, hey, how you doing? My name's Dylan." I instantly recognize her, so she walks up. My Christian radio station. She walks up, signs up for the newsletter. I explain what the station's all about. Boom, boom. And then I don't know if you should bleep the name out or not, but fuck it, I'm gonna say it. She's signing up. She writes her real name. I said, "Hey, have you ever heard of an actress named Valentina Crave?" And then in that Game of Thrones voice, she just says, "You know nothing." Damn, that was her. I caught a fucking porn star signing up for a newsletter for a Christian radio station.
I fucking love it.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah, and then one more time, many years ago, I met what was her name, Scarlett LeVay, at a audio engineering event called. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Pensado's place on YouTube, but yeah, it's an audio engineering channel, and they did the Pensado Awards.
Right.
So I met. That was the first time I was still in college. That was the first porn star I ever met face to face.
Right on.
Right on. Any interesting stories or situations that these adult stars have told you about that you haven't talked about in the podcast? You can tell
that I have not talked about on the podcast.
Yes.
This is
that you can tell.
All right, I'm not going to name any names, but what kind of was the eye opener for me is just like the bag these chicks are getting, man. These girls are making some serious money. That's why I really am fascinated by these women, man, because they're hustlers. This chick was telling me how much this man from Indonesia, who's like her sugar daddy, is paying per hour and paying on credit.
That's
wow.
Shit, man. It looks like I'm in the wrong business. But then again, no, actually I take that back because I know that male stars don't really make a lot.
You're not thick enough.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
No, but what my goal is, and then just about interactions, I'm a people person, man. I like to make friends. I like, relationships. So I've hung out with, other porn stars and stuff, and, gone out for drinks, club, whatever.
Right on.
So yeah, man, at the end of the day, what I don't want dudes to do is like freak out, like, oh, porn stars, oh my God, boobs, oh my God, right. Like, bro, like, then exactly. I can't bring you around no bitches, nigga. Come on, calm your ass down, homie. I mean, like, this is LA, bro. There's bad bitches everywhere, bro. That's why I don't need no dating app, bro. I can literally just live my life and fucking beautiful women will show up.
There you go.
Yeah, go to the gym, go to work, do my thing. It's like, oh, hey.
I feel like what he just said, should be a water gun at some point. Homeboy.
What's that? I can just live my life and badass bitches will just come in.
I said beautiful women.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Hey man, I am respectful. Hey man,
well,
shout out to all the wonderful women in my life. I'm talking about my mom, my grandmother, my best friend Ashley, my godmother Becky. There's so many wonderful women in my life, and that's why I'm this comfortable around whoever.
See, that's exactly. See, that's my problem. Yeah. I'm 90 years old. I'm a victim of my time.
And you're also a Republican. I mean,
that's right. That's right. I'm also a Republican.
I was going to ask you about that, but I don't want to go toe to toe on politics tonight.
That's all we do here on the Chino and Homeboy podcast.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking about who was it? The guest on Bill Maher actually last night said, like, they need to have not a two-party system, but just like, a whole spectrum of between liberal and conservative of like where you could fall rather than having, on your ballot to say, I'm this party, I'm that party. And like, there's many shades of gray to this shit. Do you agree?
Man, let me tell you about how Homeboy will save America.
You like that shit, homies? Listen to the whole podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Like and subscribe, and check out another video. Till next time, homies. Peace. It's a mutiny.